Well, here we go. Part two. Part two in the house. Note to self. Make sure internet does not get switched off. Can create a problem when you're live streaming. But here we are, part two. Managed to get a fresh brew though. Happy days. Hope you're all well. And I have to say, I saw Elon Musk posted on X about cancelling Netflix, and I was like, wow, you read my mind, mate. You read my mind. I'll tell you, there's a series on Netflix called Wayward. Do not watch it. It's awful. Got about 1.5 episodes in. I looked at my missus looking at me, and we're like, no, 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 no. What's so bad about it? Well, basically, ladies and gents, it's forcing the whole trans illness in your face. It's absolutely awful. You got Alex, that's a female, who's called husband, and has a shop where she actually takes her top off to show her chest. What is that showing girls? There's weird fascination nowadays that, like, if you're gay, you must be born in the wrong body. Apparently, God makes mistakes now in 2025. Said no one ever. Alex is May Martin, and I think she wrote it, maybe, or something as well. Obviously, something to do with Netflix probably pushing the trans LGBTQI plus penguin banana werewolf Costa coffee banana, helicopter, whatever, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's disgusting, absolutely disgraceful. It is. The woman's like, oh, that's my husband. You're like, that's a woman, what are you on about? Oh, you have your chest chopped off. What, you're a man now? No, no, you're not. So I'm they them. No, you're not. You're a she. I can see you're a she. Trying to be a he. Just because you're gay, it means like you should have been a man. And what? Oh, it's pathetic. But Elon Musk is tweeting on X, and I just thought, yeah, Elon, you're right. I'll tell you, you must have seen. He must have sit to watch Wayward or something. I mean, it's disgusting. Just do not watch it. I have had Netflix for years and years and years, and I was like, right, double thumbs down on that. And the fact that TV's so crap, I can't really like actually cancel Netflix. We'll have nothing to watch. But I'll tell you what, if they keep throwing in trans ideology, I will cancel it, and we'll have to have a look at Amazon or whatever. There must be some other TV we can watch. But yeah, if they keep doing that, hell no. I ain't watching nothing with them trying to throw in the ideology that a woman who thinks she's a man can have her breast cut off and get called husband, and the woman's pregnant as well. Two women together, and the woman's pregnant, and she calls him her husband. So, I don't know why Netflix allowed it. That May Martin, she's twisted, mate. Forcing that ideology on people, it's disgusting. Never seen anything like it in my life. But yeah, so what's 1.5 episodes, double thumbs down, get out, like delete. Do you know what I mean? Get rid of Wayward. Do not watch it. Do not even try and watch it. It's pathetic. So I thought it actually looked quite interesting, like the actual storyline and that, but out of principle now, it's trans thrown in my face. Not interested. Not interested at all. So yeah, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But anyway, on a lighter note, Sadiq Khan, the poison dwarf, is wasting your money. Oh yeah, £280,000 on a cultural festival. Yeah, that's the way Sadiq rolls, isn't it? He ain't got a clue. Look at him, little stupid peanut, little dwarf. Sadiq Khan has been criticised. I spent £280,000 of taxpayers' money on a cultural festival in central London, while knife crime continues to rise and police funding comes under strain. That's right, it's 280 grand. He authorised the spending on black in the square, a Trafalgar Square event celebrating black Londoners' culture and creativity, but campaigners and politicians warn the money could have been better spent tackling crime and supporting frontline services. Yes, it could. It's ridiculous. The reason he's done that is because he's trying to, like, especially with obviously Islam and now black people, we're trying to get some sort of divisive thing going on. You know how he works. He's a poison dwarf, so he's always got ulterior motives. So he's an idiot. Sadiq Khan is an embarrassment. He's up there with Keir Starmer as the most useless person on the planet. Callum McGoldrick, a researcher at the Taxpayers Alliance, said Londoners will be dismayed to see their money squandered on vanity festivals while the city faces far deeper problems. Knife crime soaring. Don't forget, Sadiq Khan said it was at an all-time low, and it's soaring. It's at an all-time high. The man lies. He hasn't got a clue. And council tax precepts having jumped, the mayor seems more interested in parading at parties and tackling the issues that matter. Yeah, because, oh, look at me, and he can't. He's an absolute muppet. Sadiq Khan needs to get his priorities straight and focus on making London safer and more affordable. Can't you get rid of him? Just get rid of him. He's like, should not be mayor at all. A vote of no confidence, get him out. Suzanne Hall, AM, leader of the Conservatives at City Hall, linked the festival cost to the pressures facing the Met Police. She said at a time when the Met Police are facing £260 million shortfall in funding, when police counters are closing, that the mayor is spending millions on events in Trafalgar Square throughout the year, will have Londoners asking where his priorities lie. Communities is important, but so is community safety, the cornerstone of which is well-funded police force. Yeah, if it's not being funded, there's an issue, isn't there? But don't worry, you can have a party. There's no law, there's no police that left, but you can have a party in the street. I mean, it's ridiculous. Reform's Alex Wilson, AM, who is a party's sole assembly member in the capital, also questioned the mayor's priorities. And rightly so, you have to question this, because like £280,000, that's a lot of money to waste on a stupid little festival, especially when everyone else is like in desperate need. He said, given the mayor is failing Londoners on so many issues, and we all know budgets are tight, I would query if this is the best issue of taxpayers' money. Exactly. £280,000. We would prefer he focused on reversing the retreat of policing on our streets and improving London's transport network. A spokesperson for the mayor defended the cost, insisting London's community festivals play a vital role in bringing Londoners together. Well, not really. He's doing it in a decisive way, isn't he? London's community festivals include St Patrick's Day, St George's Day. Oh, yeah, but he didn't say nothing about St George's Day, did he? He's too busy giving it all up for Ramadan and everything. Totally ignored St George's Day, so that's a lie. Bring £100 of Londoners and visitors together in the heart of our capital throughout the year for free, family-friendly entertainment. They even got Diwali in it. Like, Black on the Square is a key part of our events calendar, highlights the breadth of Black Londoners' culture and creativity. So you're making a big thing out of it. I mean, I don't get that now. Like, you're all part of the community, so you just get along. You don't have to have your own little, like, segregation of type community festivals. This one's for Black on the Square. This is for Irish on the Square. This is for the Born in Britain on the Square. What's he trying to do? These events celebrate the power of our capital's great diversity. We already know it's there, and we know that in the case of Islam, that they don't want anything to do with it. So where's that going? How's that working? City Hall. So 280 grand cost was broadly in line with other Trafalgar Square events. What? Crazy. Hey, blank faces. Hope you're well. I was going to contact you because we're doing the Julie Wandelt thing. She goes to court tomorrow, I believe. Hey! And someone donated you a channel membership, I believe, as well. So, quids in, bum cheeks. But yeah, I did do a part one and it went all Pete Tong. So, I don't know where all my viewers are gone. But yeah, I had a bit of an issue with my internet. Actually got switched off. Oops. So, I got switched back on again and I come back. Can't stop the wizard talking. Officials pointed out what the so-called record-breaker 1.16 billion annual investment in the Metropolitan Police, which they said had helped protect neighbourhood policing and reduce violent crime across every London borough. Well, is that why knife crime is so high? But critics insist the latest festival spend shows that the mayor's priorities are wrong, with knife crime rising, a police shortfall of 260 million, and transport costs climbing. Opponents say Londoners want money spent on making the capital safer, not on what they call vanity projects. So there we go. See, everyone agrees that this geezer here, the little poison dwarf, is an absolute toad. So, yeah, I think it come from Electrodoc 1968 when he's about. He's one. I think he gifted 5, and you got one. Whee! So the choice I was, yeah, probably. Obviously, I've got it a little refresher. Have a little refresher on that, but yeah, see what's going to happen with Julia Wandelt, because obviously we all know who she is and who she isn't. I've not heard from Through the Looking Glass or the real Julia Wandelt for a long time, but yeah, obviously there's nothing to say or do about Julia Wandelt for a while, so I was a bit like, oh, what do we do? We've got to sit and wait for the blooming court case. But yeah, I wonder what they're going to do, or what they're going to say or allow out in the public domain, because everyone knows Julie Wandelt is an absolute Fruit Loop, and she's not Madeleine McCann, so that's definitely going to come out in it. Now, all these idiots, like that Inza Robert Zeiler Fruit Loop, thinks that he can see stuff. He thinks he's psychic or something, doesn't he? Psycho is the word I'd use. But yeah, it's a case of like she's going to get called out and seen for what she really is, and they're all going to look absolutely stupid. But yeah, I thought it could be back on the menu today to talk about her, because hopefully it starts tomorrow, and then hopefully someone somewhere is going to be putting info up what happens on the court days, and then we can see and discuss it, because it would be very interesting. But for those who don't know, who can't remember, Julie Wandelt is 23 and from Poland, but she was indeed charged, which in my opinion is rightly so, with Karen Sprague. She's been accused of making unwanted contact with the McCanns, including sending letters, calls, voicemails and WhatsApp messages, which amounted to stalking. Yeah, she's that bad. I mean, she's got mental health issues. Wandelt has also been accused of attending the McCann's home address and sending Instagram messages to their children. Yeah, I know. That's some sort of special kind of harassment and stalking. Scary, isn't it? The charges include stalking, causing serious alarm or distress against Kate, Jerry, Sean and Emily McCann between January the 3rd, 24 and February the 15th, 25. Wandelt was arrested at Bristol Airport and appeared at Leicester Magistrate Court, where she was remanded in custody, literally until the court case. And my only problem with that is that I've got a feeling they might even turn around and say, like, she's been held on remand for 10 months, so that'll come off her sentence, which is a bit annoying. But if they give her, say, 3 years, she's still got another 2 years to go. But they're obviously good behaviour and all that. They slash that down, won't they? But Julie Wandelt, obviously, she's been debunked left, right and centre by the real Julie Wandelt, Blank Faces Live, who you got in the chat, etc. So check them out. Through the Looking Glass, I think, is the real Julie Wandelt on YouTube. But Julie Wandelt has been literally well and truly debunked, like with her eye, her date of birth, everything. It's just, she's doomed, geese. But yeah, I've got to bring it up, because obviously, hopefully, the court case starts tomorrow, and it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen and what's going on. And it could be an eye opener, especially for those who actually believe what she's been saying. Believe it or not, yes, people actually believe Julia Wandelt. They've been sending her money and all sorts. I mean, it's awful. I mean, it's quite fraudulent. I called a liar, a fraud, and a cheat. It's a complete scam. But yeah, she's in court tomorrow. Julie Wandelt, who is not Madeleine McCann. I ain't got a t-shirt saying Julia is not Maddie, because, like, I know these things. But yeah, it's been debunked, so I'll be interested to see what the court does. But regards those charges, they've actually got evidence now. I mean, there's no way around it. So the problem is so many people are supporting it. Yeah, I know. That bugs me though, because like, at what point would you actually, like, someone tells you on the internet that they think they're somebody. Why would you believe that? Like, literally no evidence other than doctored photos and whatever. It's crazy. So they're gonna look quite silly. Those who sent money and all this, they're gonna, oh my word, I don't get it. But how the police allow these groups to continue, I don't know. Oh no, that's weird, isn't it? That's all part and parcel. They'll be like, hang on, that's fraudulent. Like, you've got to stop. Anything and everything Julia does, like Sean Atwood doing all the links and this and that and saying what he does. But, I mean, the fraud is sort of being aided by all these people on the internet, people like Sean Atwood and, what's his name? Rue Q. I forgot his name, but one of it talks weird, but it's terrible. But they're all connected to Sean Atwood, and they are destroying lives. Exactly that. Oh, that's it. Rob Swanson. Yes, yes. Thank you for reminding me, Blank Faces. So, but yeah. And if you watch this video, Blank Faces Live has a channel, missing people, etc. I do watch now and again. I don't really comment much because, you know, keep yourself to myself, geese. But I saw, like with you having issues about someone being a complete Fruit Loop stalker type thing, which was a bit weird. But yeah, because I didn't know if you could email anything because I know people who could investigate. So yes. Slim is back in the house. Slim Shady. It's the real Slim Shady. The other Slim Shady is just imitated. It seems I'm going to be doing that every time you pop up, Slim. My bad. Hope Dave finds you well and able. Gonna lurk. Yeah, it's all good, mate. This is part 2. Part 1, I was talking away, been going for like 34, 35 minutes, and some reason downstairs, the blink switch Wi-Fi off. No! So that's why it says part 2. We just discussed Julia Wandelt being an absolute Fruit Loop fraud. A fraud and a liar. And she's in court tomorrow. So she's going to be exposed. We spoke Sadiq Khan spending £280,000 on a Black in the Square London festival. 280 grand, mate. What a waste of money. And now we are on. This is funny, this is just like, this is so like pathetic. Like what on earth, mate? Asylum seeker didn't know trawling underage children online was wrong, avoids jail. That's even more worrying. He actually didn't realise it was wrong. What? Oh, your internet's sorted. Yeah, mine should be now. I've got two. I have to tell Electrodoc. Because when he'd done those 5 memberships and that tenner, I've got 2. 12 quid each. Or you get 2 for a tenner, or 2 for £10, 20 quid basically. So I say £4. I was like, yeah. So I've got 2 Wi-Fi booster things coming. I'm going to put one downstairs in the lounge, one up here, right next to me. So hopefully that's it. Ignorance of the law only applies to Brits. That's what that tells me. Yep. They're like, yep, you're an absolute Fruit Loop, mate. Like, this is a geezer. I mean, how... This is terrible. The fact he's 31. The asylum seeker avoided jail after being caught trawling underage children online. Children, that's plural, not child, children online. Fahid El-Enazi sent sexual messages to an undercover investigator who posed as a teenage girl to catch him out. The 31-year-old from Kuwait continued to ask for photos of the decoy girl, despite the plants saying they were 14. El-Enazi asked explicit questions, including whether she liked sex, and claimed he could teach her everything. Oh my god, I'll tell you, it's... Because I'm a ginger claiming special rights. Yeah, that's it, innit? So now it's all different for me because you got ginger hair. Nice one. Yeah, I wonder if I can because I've got silver hair. No, it's not white. How dare you? How very dare you? No, it's not grey. Silver. But yeah, you could just claim something, couldn't you? Like say, oh, actually, I've been diagnosed with depression and bipolar and anxiety. So what that means is that, in part one that I said, the bloke been drinking, that they didn't charge him. It's like, what? What do you mean? What? Because he's been drinking. So you're a wizard. You have aged. Yeah, I do. Discrimination. Yeah, don't pick on me because I'm 376, mate. Ageism. If there's an ism or an ist at the end of it, isn't it? Prosecutor Chelsea Kern said he had been sending sexually explicit messages to a 14-year-old child decoy. Lucky it's an actual decoy. Al Anazi was arrested and told the officer, I don't know what I was doing. And if I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. The asylum seeker who lives in a taxpayer-funded migrant hotel in Liverpool was approached by witness parents against predators in September last year. Wow. El Anazi appeared at Warrington Magistrate Court on Friday, where he admitted trying to engage in sexual communications with a minor. He has had an 8-month jail sentence suspended for 24 months. But if you send a tweet, you get 3 years, mate. As well as 300 hours of unpaid work and 25 days of rehabilitation. The asylum seeker living in Britain was issued a sexual harm prevention order and was placed on the sex offenders register for 10 years. In addition to this, he was also ordered to pay £272 in cost and a surcharge. How can he do that if he's an asylum seeker? Have I missed something? He's an asylum seeker. He's got no money and you charge him 272 quid. Have a word. Have I missed something? So he's got absolutely nothing. That's terrible. JP Paul Chadwick told him, "You are very lucky today not to go to immediate custody." But why? He should be. I mean, blimey. If you end up on the register, sex offenders register, for like 10 years, and a sexual harm prevention order, I mean, we didn't know it was wrong, so we're just going to let him go, fine him £272 that he can't pay because he's got no money. He's an asylum seeker. In this country, we take these offences seriously. He says that, and he's letting him go without any blooming custodial sentence. Is this for real? You should be truly ashamed of yourself. Oh, that's what it is then. They take it so, the offence that seriously. He says to him, you should be truly ashamed of yourself. Oh, yeah, you made me feel bad. Okay, job done. See? Liverpool has been a key city in the UK where Brits have been protesting against the use of asylum seekers being housed in hotels. Throughout the summer, groups of hundreds of demonstrators marched around St George's Hall waving British flags and carrying banners. Stand Up to Racism turned up to oppose the group, although a heavy police presence kept the two opposing groups apart. Stand up to racism, because you don't want illegal immigrants in your country that do things like this. They feel that they can turn up and say, stand up to racism because you're being racist. I mean, I've heard it all now. Imagine that. You're being racist because you want to stand against illegal immigration, and you got blokes like this grooming and asking for photos from a 14-year-old girl. Are you for real? That Stand Up for Racism needs to be disbanded, because obviously they've literally missed the point of actual, like, aiming it to do with racism. Because I cannot understand at any shape or form how anyone with a Union Jack or St George's flag waving that, saying no to illegal immigrants, how is that racist? How is it racist? I missed something. I missed the boat. I missed the dinghy. But I mean, blimey, you can see how bad it is. But the funny thing is, right, I'm saying, like, how can it be racist? And stand up to racism. They not turn up on September the 13th as well, with regards to the Tommy Robinson, with about 1 million people turning up for that in London. But you know, they had about 10 people turn up. Do you know, more people that were not on the side of Tommy Robinson got arrested than those on the side. I think it's about 8 people who were there for Unite the Kingdom at the 26. All the rest, 18 of them, were from the other side. So it goes to show, doesn't it? Their mentality, the far left. They call us far right and racist, fascist, bigots, and Islamophobia. You're Islamophobic. But stand up to racism turns up to oppose racism when there's no racism. Well done. Well done. Yeah, it makes me chuckle. But the problem is, right? Have a look at this. This will make you laugh. This is a good chuckle. Not only is it not racist, pupils are actually taught the St. George's flag can be racist. How? How can the flag be racist? That's like saying you're in Spain with your Spanish flag. Oh, that's racist. Why? No, really, why? Tell me. Anyone in the comments, tell me. How is it racist? It's terrible. And they're actually teaching people. A school teacher has actually admitted, telling students that the St. George's flag can be viewed as racist symbols. How? What? Jump in the comments and tell me how. Have I missed something? I've missed something. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing. But how is the St. George's flag racist? Tell me. Tell me. You wonder why people suffer mental health? Bloomin' heck. You come out with things like this. St. George's flag can be racist. How? How can any flag be racist? You got flags like the ISIS flag and all that. You wouldn't say that's racist. That's just terrorism. You wouldn't say it's racist. That's terrorist flags. But no, the St. George's flag can be seen as a racist symbol. What? This is in Greater Manchester. Broadoak School in Partington. Teacher also told pupils she attended a counter demonstration at a migrant hotel to confront protesters who were using Nazi salutes. What? I've not seen any of that, have you? Someone's telling porkies. The school, which teaches children 11 to 16, has since issued an unequivocal apology to parents. The teacher's comments were recorded on video and shared among concerned parents. I bet it was. I mean, they talk about the St. George's flag, but they're going to say like, oh, if you have one for Palestine Action, that's fine. Even though that's a prescribed terrorist organisation. Do you know what I mean? They'll be like, no, that's fine. St. George's flag, oh, Union Jack, definitely not. Come on. This is St. George's flag. It's a Union Jack. It is not racist. You're an absolute prat. This teacher should be sacked. End of. Tell me, have you ever seen a flag and thought, oh, racist? No. Like I say, the ISIS one, you look at that and you'll think, oh, terrorism. They're terrorists. But, I mean, you don't think, like, obviously, like World Cup, you see all the countries flying their country's flag, like, proudly. You don't go, oh, racist. Or, we're watching the World Cup. It's England v Argentina. We see the Argentinian flag, and the English are calling them out for being racist. What? Yes, they've been told if you raise a flag, it's racist. Any flag, racist. Like, get a grip. And they're going to try and blame this, you watch, on people like Tommy Robinson, Katie Hopkins, probably Douglas Murray. They're going to try and blame it on everyone. Oh, because you're saying this and saying that. But they're right. They are correct. What can I say if they're right? What can you say if they're right? Do you know what I mean? It's facts. But to make out a flag is racist, that's just gone straight over my wizard head. In footage seen by Manchester Evening News, the teacher can reportedly be heard addressing the trend of St. George's flags being hung from lampposts around the UK. And what? Because they think these lampposts are suddenly going to bend over with the flag hanging and sit in front of a car, and it'd be like, oh, I can't see where I'm going, and they're going to crash, and it's going to spin, and it's going to hit the roundabout, and they're going to crash, and they're like, oh, it's all because of that flag. Shut up. We're not saying that the England flag is an inherently racist symbol. What? We are not saying that the England flag is an inherently racist symbol. What, so it is in other contexts? The England flag, are you for real? However, unfortunately for some people, it's been viewed to be that. She can reportedly be heard saying, before informing pupils, that she had joined a counter-protest in Fallowfield. What do you want, a medal? You're in a counter-protest. They're counter-protesting whatever they got in their head, because it doesn't exist. So to make out it's an actual counter-protest was, well, it was a little bit naive, because it wasn't and it isn't. The teacher said she had attended to oppose protesters, trying to make those people inside the hotel feel unwelcome. We're not making them feel unwelcome. We're saying we don't want them here. It's your British right to say. If they feel unwelcome, they can go. But it's not about making them feel unwelcome. It's about them making a political stand to say no to illegal immigration, and those in there inadvertently may end up feeling unwelcome, but they could take the hint and go, couldn't they? They're looking to come here to spend their life on benefits or something. None of them want to work. Their ideology is like Islamic for a start. You got the story that I've just told you, like literally trying to groom a 14-year-old and wants photos, etc. That's the ideology. And he genuinely thought he wasn't breaking the law by trying to groom children. The mentality. But anyway, she was adding that some were using Nazi salutes and throwing very racist abuse towards the people inside. No, they probably weren't. I've not seen any photos anywhere or any evidence that anyone has used a Nazi salute. That is ridiculous. That is just pure lies. Racist abuse. That because they're saying no to illegal immigrants. Right, that's racist abuse, because that's not racist. That's just a statement. You are allowed to have opinions and views, and you are allowed to obviously protest, hence why she's there. But they're protesting against things that aren't even there. Like, oh, we're here to stand up against racism. There is no racism. They just do not want illegal immigrants in this country because they are all Muslim men. They all have Islamic ideology. How many women and children have you genuinely seen coming on boats? I said before, I saw 2 women in a boat and 1 child with a woman. So 2 women and a child. That's all I've actually seen in genuine photos. There may be more. But what I'm saying is you're talking about 1%, maybe actually women and children. 1%. The other 99% are all going to end up being Islamic sleeper cells because the men are coming here because they want to RAPE women because they have that like a badge of honour. I mean, blimey heck. Read the Quran and the Hadiths and you'll understand like why they're a bit cuckoo nest. I had to explain why I'm not racist. A parent later told the Manchester Evening News, I am livid. Politicals and teachers' opinions on either side should be kept out of our children's education. I've now had to sit my son down and explain why I'm not racist. Bear in mind my children are mixed race. Classic. Absolutely classic. I've got mixed race children. They're like, oh, you're racist, mate. That's classic. That's a little like one-liner comedy thing there. On Monday, John Knowles, the school's head teacher, and John Shakos, Academy's director, reportedly sent a letter to share concerns raised over a presentation delivered to pupils on Friday morning. That's bad. A teacher literally trying to indoctrinate kids. Again, that's what happens in Islam. That's what they do. They indoctrinate them to hate Jews and Christians from the get-go because we are the worst of creatures, according to the Quran. So they get told that in school. And I said before, they got Farfar the Mouse, which is a cartoon telling them like to hate Jews and Christians and kill them. That's what you get in Islam, that type of thing. And now they're trying to do that in our schools with our kids to try and say, like, the St. George's flag is racist. You're flying the flag. You are actually committing a crime of racism. Like, shut up. Sack the teacher. I mean, blimey, you can't have that. That's disgraceful. I still can't get my head around the fact they say, like, to even comprehend that the St. George's flag is racist, you've got to be a little bit, like, on the IQ low level. And this to be a teacher, it makes it even worse. The concerns are centred on the belief that the presentation, which covered themes of celebrating diversity, going down that way, inclusivity, the democratic right to protest, and political beliefs, was not balanced and impartial. No, obviously it wasn't. And that DEI rubbish, diversity, was it diversity, equality, and inclusivity, or whatever, that DEI rubbish, that needs to go. That is really bad. I mean, imagine getting a job, but it's because of some other reason other than you are the best person for that job. I mean, that's dangerous. Seriously dangerous. Even Charlie Kirk said things like that, if you remember. Obviously, that gets him told off and abused left, right, and centre, but he spoke his mind, that bloke, so a lot of respect. But yeah, that's ridiculous, though, isn't it? But at least they're saying it was not balanced and impartial, because obviously that woman, the teacher, had an agenda. This has understandably caused upset amongst members of the community and concern for the school. We'd like to unequivocally apologise for any upset that this has caused. It's shocking. I think it's disgraceful. The accusations are always the same. It's like dealing with children. Yeah. Nazi, fascist, both left-wing ideologies are morons. That's about it, Slim. Yeah. You bang on, mate. I mean, imagine being told at school that the St. George's flag can be seen as racist. I mean, oh my God. Racist symbols. This is ridiculous. But you wait, honestly, they're going to start blaming people like Tommy Robinson and Casey Hopkins, Douglas Murray, anyone who talks out and actually has an IQ. They're actually quite intelligent people, really, let's be honest. They know what they're doing and talking about. But to make out that it's all going to be racist and this and that is ridiculous. Jillykins, 777, Jillykins, hi peeps, hope you're well, hope you're living the dream. But we are just currently talking about a school teacher telling kids that St. George's flag can actually be racist. A racist symbol. Oh, I don't get it. But yeah. Pledge to review the teacher's approach. Oh, what, you're actually going to do something about it? Because you know the parents are going to kick off, but you need to sack the teacher. That will solve the problem. Because you even have the oomph in your brain to think, oh, I can tell kids this. Fly the England flag proudly. This is the Union Jack. Right, racist. Why? Because the teacher said. What are you on about? The letter is said to have thanked those parents who have come forward, and the school said it will be reviewing its approach to covering politically and socially sensitive issues. The Telegraph has contacted Broadoak School for comment. Protesters and counter-protests have been staged outside hotels, housing asylum seekers across the country. They need to be outside Broadoak School. Get outside Broadoak School. Get all your flags and start waving them. And when that teacher comes out, start saying, proud to be British, proud to be British. No to illegal immigrants. Operation Raise the Colours is a political campaign that encourages displaying the Union flag and St. George's flag, or St. George's Cross, I should say, in public places. Yes, we are allowed to do that in this day and age. But it's okay to show the extremist flag who are involved in abominable acts. Yes, you can have an ISIS or a jihad flag, yeah. That's just pure terrorism. Terrorists. Whee! But you show the Union Jack or the St. George's flag as deemed to be a racist symbol. And for a teacher to be teaching kids this is absolutely retarded. It's disgraceful. Critics of the campaign have associated it with far-right activism. It's not far-right activism, is it? This proud to be British thing is being really frowned upon. It's just, I don't get it. Well, some local authorities have decided to remove the flags whenever they appear. But why? They're not doing any harm. In Portsmouth, oh God, here we go. This is where I'm from, Portsmouth, ladies and gents. The City Council has announced that it is removing flags put up in a seafront park in the Southsea Resort after a man was punched to the ground in a racist attack. Well, one, racist attack, no, that's just not good. Two, what's it got to do with a flag flying? The victim was verbally abused by a group of 5 or 6 men disguised as white and carrying flags before he was attacked at Canoe Lake at 8 p.m. on Sunday, September the 21st. Oh, that's just down the road from me. That's not good. I mean, those group of 5 or 6 men are, a bit off key there. You don't go around attacking people. Just put your flag up. Let it symbolise that you're proud to be British. There's no need for violence, and this actual a racist attack is a no-no. Excuse me. See, I don't get it, because it doesn't matter what colour your skin, what your beliefs are, sexuality. It doesn't matter. We're all human. We all want to live. We want to be happy. We want to make the most of this life that we have. Womble gonks. Gonk wombles. Womble gonks. You wait till Electrodoc sees that. Womble gonks. He's like, hey, gonk wombles. But yeah. But I do not condone any type of racist act. There's no need for that. That's just ridiculous. You just get your flags up. Be proud to be British. But a lot of these people, it's funny, it's like how people have turned their back on religion. They become absolute Fruit Loops. And they do all things like that. It's weird. Because you go back in time, you can see like there's a time like, Christianity was quite rife and life was good. But now it's all gone. Everyone thinks they know better, don't they? And these people, like, what to 5 or 6 men like punching a man to the deck on his own. That's stupid, sick. Why? I don't get it. It'd be funny because the bloke, it could be like, I don't know, black or whatever, or even a Muslim or something, but he could have been born in this country or could have been here for the last 10, 15, 20 years or anything like that. And they have a racist attack on someone who's like near enough British and willing to sort of embrace the British cultures and that and assimilate. You know what I mean? Could have been like one of them type people. And then these idiots go around attacking. Like, no, just put your flags up, mate, and keep your hands to yourself. It's disgraceful. Council's spokesman said, we understand and respect the desire of some residents to display national pride or remembrance through flags, and as a council, our buildings that have flagpoles proudly fly the Union Jack. Yes, but they're supposed to sort of symbolise proud to be British, non-violence. And if you're going to then racist attack someone, then yeah, like you need the whole law thrown at you. The incident at Canoe Lake is very specific, and therefore we have decided to remove the flags from this location. We can't ignore any activity that could be deemed to be condoning racist behaviour in our city. I get that, but I don't understand why you'd actually remove the flags. Portsmouth City Council said it will remove St George's crossing was painted on the Guildhall. It's a Guildhall. It's a bit that will come down under what do you call it, graffiti and that, won't it? The authority added it will be removing unauthorised St George's Cross symbols painted on the Guildhall and on roundabouts, as well as flags that pose a hazard. Oh, they're going to go down the road that every single bloomin' flag pose a hazard now. Earlier this month, Starmer told the BBC Radio 5 Live, I'm very encouraging of flags. I think they are patriotic and I think they're a great symbol of our nation. I don't think they should be devalued and belittled. I think sometimes when they're used purely for divisive purposes, actually it devalues a flag. I don't want to see that. I'm proud of our flag. There's been no device. Starmer's an absolute prat. Like on every level, isn't he? I mean, I don't know what to say about that. Like, Starmer coming out with crap as well. But yeah, that sort of sums it all up really, doesn't it? Let's be honest. No, that's it. Yeah. You were close. Womble gonks, gonk wombles. We've seen it a billion times. Certain people committing crimes and nothing happens. Yep. Two-tier care, two-tier policing. Yeah, when a UK person puts a flag up, yeah, it's, oh no. Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what it is. I mean, it seems to be one rule for one, other rules. Like you're seeing at the moment, we actually are having like this bloke grooming a 14-year-old, nothing. Lucy Connolly sends a tweet, gets like 30 months. I mean, blimey, could it not be any more obvious? Or someone says something honest and truthful, jail for you, yeah. It's what's it called? Like when you say like a man is a man, a woman is a woman. End of. They're like, no, you're under arrest. What? A man can be a woman? No, no, he can't. Chromosomes are XY and XX. So shut up. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of this, Netflix, they got a series called Wayward. I was like, oh my god, mate! Got 1.5 episodes in, that turned it over, and a woman who's obviously had her chest chopped off, who then takes her shirt off so you can see it all, and then the woman calls her husband, and she's pregnant. So they're actually now Netflix are actually having series that show and promote the illness known as transgender. So because you're a woman and gay, it means you're born in the wrong body now. God makes mistakes, apparently. Said no one ever. But yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, exactly that. God don't make mistakes. But that's terrible. Like Netflix is actually forcing the trans ideology onto you via series. But I mean, if it weren't for the fact there's nothing on telly, and I like to watch Netflix now and again, I would have cancelled it. I would have just got rid of it. I'm not watching that. It's called Wayward. Just avoid it. I gave it double thumbs down, got out of it after 1.5 episodes. I don't want to see women topless that have had their breasts chopped off and they're trying to play the role of a man. It was written by Mae Martin, and Mae Martin plays, from what I can see, the main sort of police sheriff, whatever, called Alex. So she didn't give herself a boy's name. And the woman says, oh, and that's my husband. I'm like, it's a woman. What are you on about? That's called Wayward on Netflix, ladies and gents. Don't get me started. I mentioned it at the beginning. It's just, I don't get it. But then you end up getting arrested because you just said, like, a woman can't be a man. Like, because that's facts, mate. Stop trying to make out, like, God made mistakes. I stopped watching a certain TV series because they are right in your face about such things. That's it. It ruins it. I mean, I'm exactly the same. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just trying to make out. Like, I think there was a series me and Mrs. watched it, and then all of a sudden, Black Doves, something like that. And then they got a show like homosexual sex in that. You're like, but I don't need to see that at all. Stop trying to normalise it and put it on telly. So, like, quick, out. I ain't watching that. I don't want this stuff thrown in my face. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've got no issue with people being gay, but you do not need gay sex scenes in something. Oh, this is spooky. It's a paranormal channel. Have you got a paranormal channel? Just a guess. Showing my wizard skills. Buongiorno, Paranormal Channel X. Or was that Paranormal Channel Kiss? Hello. That's what you'd say if you're Scottish, I suppose. But do you have a paranormal channel? I do love me paranormals. See, now and again, I did delete Sundays. I'd done a Alien special, but I was only on for about 20 minutes. I had the flu and I wasn't in the mood for it, so I deleted it. Normally I go for like an hour or so, like this one. I got verbal diarrhea, mate. That's me. But yeah, we just jumped onto what was I talking about? Netflix, wasn't it? And all the weird stuff being thrown in your face. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So it's just, oh, like why do we need all the trans stuff and two men having sex and everything? Why do we need all that in a blooming TV thing? Do you know what I mean? It's just leave me alone. That's it, normalising it. What is seen as normal, quote unquote, would have been permitted whatever 10 years ago. No. And I mean, I don't understand people have Christian values and that. Oh, I'm liberal. Like, I got no issue with people being gay. My sister was. I was like, don't bother me. I just don't want to see it on TV. It's not my cup of tea. And if it does pop up, I'm out. The same as, like, you know, trans. You can have this Mae Martin actually sort of saying, like, I'm a man. When you think, hang on, you're a woman, then that's it. I'm off. I'm gone. I'm having none of it. But I think Elon Musk was right when he tweeted, cancel Netflix. I mean, you can. It's terrible. So, Yeah, I have. Hey, bonjour from the north. Oh, so it's bonjour. That wasn't even Scottish, was it? I was trying to say it French, French word, but Scottish. But I can't because it always goes bonjour, bonjour. Qu'est-ce que c'est? I'm a bit of an idiot for a wizard as well. I don't make as many as I should these days. Always trying to keep up with world news. Yep, that's what I ended up. I was trying to do a lot of like the alien stuff, but the stories and that like sort of drying up. And there's a lot of channels that do that. So I thought, well, I'll move around a bit and I'll do like conspiracies, paranormal. I was going to do paranormal, alien stuff, and obviously news like this, like top live stories that are going on and go through them. But the reason why I bring them up on screen rather than just me talking, like reading it, and you don't have to see it, is because I have people literally message me going, "You're making it up." So I show everything on screen now, and people are like, "Well, you're just reading it." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I know, because that way I ain't going to get it wrong. It's been written as an article." And people accuse me of making stuff up. So you can see it's right here in front of your face. I even had to do it with when I was talking about Islam and that, and I was saying like the paedophile prophet. They're like, no, it's not. Like, yeah, it is. So I had to bring that up on screen and prove it. Do you know what I mean? So we don't need it or want it. Exactly that. Exactly that. It's in every TV series practically. Yeah, I mean, they're literally trying to normalise something that's not normal. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to see two men having sex. I just don't. No offence. I know it goes on. I'm not stupid. I'm very liberal. Whatever. If you're a gay man, be a gay man. But please, please. I don't want to see it on telly. That's all I'm saying. Nothing wrong with that. And I absolutely love Douglas Murray. What an absolute genius that man is. I've got a lot of time for him. I want to buy his books. I need to start reading his books. I've got books up there like the Quran and the New Testament. Need to read them really again. Dublin city centre are out in the streets. Oh, are they out in the streets? It's all going down. So yeah, but then they say a lot of everything that's going on. It's all Tommy Robinson's fault. Derek Mousfield, I do all that. I don't video them though. They are quick to be able to film. Yeah, totally agree. In Dublin's fair city, where the girls are so pretty. There's a song in that somewhere, isn't there? There's a song in that city. It rhymes with poo. Shitty. So yeah. I'll tell you this next story will give a lot of people withdrawal symptoms to the max. Can you imagine that happening? Can you imagine? He's singing a song here. He's off on one and he's slim. But yeah, so we got Netflix pushing the trans ideology. We got illegal immigrants coming pushing the Islamic ideology. I've got the Quran, Malleus Maleficarum Bible, and the Indian one. Yep, the spirits are very quick, aren't they? That's a mouthful, though, isn't it? Malleus Maleficarum. Sounds like a spell that I'd use being a wizard. I'm not really a wizard, so no, I wouldn't. But I thought I'd say that because it sounded good. But yeah, can you imagine like actually having the internet cut off, full stop? I mean, wow, it's the Taliban for you because they know and they are fully aware, as we see, like people like Apostate Prophet and David Wood and inspiring for philosophy, IP, and reason, belief, etc. They are literally destroying Islam. The internet will kill Islam. It will. So what happens? The Taliban turn around and say, right, cut off the internet. So that's a Mahabharata. The Netflix one is aimed at 7 years old. Yeah, Witch's Handbook. Ooh, 7-year-olds. What? The Hammer. MC Hammer. So yeah, the Taliban has suspended internet services across Afghanistan on Monday, cutting off millions of people from the outside world. They are seriously trying to protect Islam. Seriously. Seriously, seriously, seriously. Afghan media report that the restrictions were in line with the Taliban's leadership's decree from earlier this month to tackle online immorality. No, to stop people seeing online how evil Afghanistan leaders are and their Islamic ideology. Imagine living like because a book said so. I mean, they're that twisted. And bear in mind, you got the Bible and the Torah, which is good. Everyone's got to have an opposite, i.e. Islam. That's the opposite. That's all the good heavenly stuff. That's all the hell and satanic stuff. They don't want people to know. The ban blocks mobile and broadband internet services, disrupted satellite television, and even affected flight operations. Flight Radar 24 showed that at least 5 flights scheduled to arrive at or depart from Kabul airport on Tuesday were cancelled. I mean, that's terrible. Can you imagine a world without the internet? Now you've got it. Blimey heck. Absolutely crazy. Adverts. I'll be right annoyed if they chop the internet. I've just ordered a new PC. That's it, innit? Yeah, going up in the world. Yeah, new computer. No, sorry. Internet is banned. That's the Taliban for work. Can you imagine that? The UK. That's terrible. The shutdown repeatedly also affected the satellite TV broadcasts of Afghan media outlets like Kabul-based Tola News and London-based Afghanistan International, as well as services in hospitals and government and private offices. This is the first time that all of Afghanistan is facing a blackout of internet services under the hardline Islamist government. Taliban Supreme Leader Im Akhundzada ordered a complete internet ban earlier this month, starting disruption in services from smaller provinces like Balkh. This basic, oh my word, the actual freedom to do anything. It must be awful being in Afghanistan. But that's going to be the new claim when they come to England, though. They say, oh, there's no internet. What? We're seeking asylum. There is no internet. Right, how do you work that out? There's no jobs, now there's no internet, so that's it. That's going to be their reason for it. It's terrible. So, what can I say? Terrible. Gotta go. Nice to meet you. Thank you for the company. Everyone be vigilant, socially aware, safe. Yes, indeed, paranormal chat. I'll keep an eye out for you. I will tell people that I assume they can look you up and find your channel. Find your channel. Oh, happy days. Here's one for you. This is the last story. I can't believe I had to do a part 1 and a part 2 because my Wi-Fi got turned off. Car bomb kills 10 in Pakistan after militants trigger shootout with troops. A powerful car bomb killed 10 people in Pakistan after exploding outside the paramilitary security forces headquarters. Oh, I wonder by who. Before detonating their vehicle in the southwestern city of Quetta, 6 attackers who were inside the car stepped outside and engaged troops in an intense shootout. People living in the area said the blast was so powerful it was heard miles away. Dozens were also wounded and taken to the hospital after ambulances rushed to the site in front of the Frontier Constabulary. No group immediately claimed responsible, though suspicion will fall on the separatist groups that often target civilians and security forces in insurgency-plagued Balochistan, where Quetta is the provincial capital. Provincial Health Minister Bakat Kakar said there were fears the number of people killed could rise. Local television channels and CCTV footage from the site of the explosion shows a car stopping in front of the gate of the paramilitary compound. A blast follows before the eruption of gunfire. Windows of surrounding buildings were shattered and nearby cars were also damaged. There's a bit of a juicy bomb then, blimey heck. They obviously want people to die. The Chief Minister Sarfaz Bukhti condemned the attack, saying security forces returned fire and killed all 6 assailants. Terrorists cannot break the nation's resolve through cowardly acts, and the sacrifices of our people and security forces will not go in vain. Blimey heck. The latest attack came weeks after a suicide bomber blew himself up outside a stadium near Quetta as supporters of a nationalist party were leaving a rally, killing at least 13 people and wounding 30 others. I mean, blimey, the ideology of these people. Balochistan has long been the scene of insurgency, with groups such as the outlawed Baloch Liberation Army demanding independence from the central government. Well, there you go. That's absolutely crazy. I mean, what can you say about that? They'd probably try and blame Tommy Robinson for that as well, wouldn't they? Trying to blame Tommy Robinson for everything. It's all Tommy Robinson's fault. I started getting messages telling me that mine was crap. I felt so insulted, the computer shaking its head at me. Yes. Yeah, well, I got this nice new juicy laptop. This laptop here, that's my old one. I can see figures and everything on there. And this one, which I actually use. Nothing wrong with stepping up in the world, Slim. It's all good in the hood. But yeah. But at least my internet didn't cut off this time. So if you're wondering why there's 2 parts, I started part 1, got 34 minutes in, and my internet cut off. Someone flicked the switch on the Wi-Fi, it literally turned it off. So I had to turn it on, boot it, and then started again at 2. That's why it says part 2, and I started at 2. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, so you're going to blame Tommy Robinson for everything. What do you think? But St. George's flag being racist, that's the one that bugs me more than anything. Like, I mean, that's just ridiculous. How can you say that? St. George's flag and what it represents, and the Union Jack. And you actually have teachers in schools in this country telling kids it's racist. Come on now. She needs to be sacked. There's nothing racist about having pride in your flags and your country. But obviously, you know, because it's under the sort of, what would you say, leadership or under the guidance of someone like Tommy Robinson, they don't like it. They're going after Katie Hopkins, getting her arrested, and then they've arrested her and put her under caution for an interview. So waiting to see what happens with that. Douglas Murray talks a lot of sense. Paul Thorpe, who now resides in Spain, I believe. So I'll get to see the collapse of civilization in glorious 4K. Every cloud has silver lining. Yeah, this is Super HD, whatever it is. I don't know. I think it's 4K or whatever it said. Oh, I don't know. Costs like 500 quid or something. Blooming laptop, 500 quid. How much? And that was on offer. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy. But yes, blimey, that was a lot of talking. An hour and 3 minutes, plus obviously the 35 minutes for part 1. I've done my talking. But yeah. But I believe, I think that's all my news. Let's have a look, make sure I haven't forgot anything and see what we've got. Oh yeah, that one, that's right. Yeah. Oh, don't want to forget that. Don't want to forget that, geese. But yeah, it's shocking the world we live in. But yes, market trader groomer, boss man, jailed for 35 years. You too, mate. Hope you have a wonderful day, living the dream, waiting for your computer. Dun, 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 dun. Market trader groomer, yeah. Surprised he actually got jailed. Do you know what I mean? 35 years, yeah. 34 of the years because he probably tweeted about it. Being facetious, I know. A market stall holder who groomed And RAPD, 2 white schoolgirls in Rochdale, has been jailed for 35 years. Mohammed Zahid, 65, known as Boss Man, gave free underwear from his lingerie stall at Rochdale Indoor Market to both teenagers with money, alcohol and food in return for the expectation of regular sex with him and his friends. Bloody hell. The father of 3 was one of 7 Asian men convicted in June by a jury at Manchester Minshall Street Court of committing various sexual offences against the girls between 2001 and 2006. 5 years. Both were treated as sex slaves from the age of 13, said prosecutors, amid deeply troubled home lives, as they were given drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, places to stay and people to be with. Just looks evil. That's Mushtaq Ahmed, who was among those convicted. Soon after, they were expected to have sex whenever and wherever the defendants and other men wanted, in filthy flats, on rancid mattresses, in cars, car parks, alleyways and disused warehouses. Girl A told the jury she would have been targeted by more than 200 offenders, as her phone number was swapped in the town, but said there was that many it was hard to keep count. Given evidence, girl B said she was living in a local children's home when she was preyed on by Zaid and fellow market traders Mushtaq Ahmed, 67, and Kasir Bashir, 50, who were all born in Pakistan. She said she presumed various agencies knew what was going on, as police regularly picked her up after social workers labelled her a prostitute from the age of 10. Zahid of Station Road, Crumpsall, thought he was almost untouchable as he brazenly visited the care home to pick her up and later drop her off. He was convicted of raping Girl A and Girl B, who did not know each other, on multiple occasions. Jurors also found him guilty of offences of indecency with a child and procuring a child to have sex. In 2016, Zahid was jailed for 5 years after he was convicted of engaging in sexual activity in 2005 and 2006 with a 14-year-old girl whom he had met when she visited his stall to buy toys for school. So he's got form for it, but they're like, oh. He was one of many men who called her phone number out of the blue and went on to groom the extremely vulnerable teenager. Ahmad, 67, of Corona Avenue, Oldham, and Bashir, 50, formerly of Napier Street East, Oldham, were jailed for 27 years and 29 years after they were found guilty of multiple counts of RAPE and indecency with a child in relation to girl B. Bashir was sentenced in his absence after he was absconded while on bail before the trial got underway. He is believed to be out of the country. Wow. So he'll probably go unpunished. Taxi drivers Mohammed Shazad, 44, of Beswick Royd Street, Rochdale. Naheem Akram, 49, of Manley Road, Rochdale. And Nasir Hussain, 41, of Newfield Close, Rochdale, were all convicted of multiple counts of RAPE against girl A. Blimey, it sounds like reading out a horror story. So, not gone yet. No, I've got this. I forgot. I always forget one story. This is literally the last story, geese. Absolutely awful, this one. That's why I had it there and it was like last, because obviously sort of it winds me up, these stories. Like there's nothing you can do. It's all happened. So like it's a shame, like kids. I don't know what to say. Where did I get? Yeah. Both Shazat and Akram were jailed for 26 years and Hussain was sentenced to 19 years. Raheez Khan, 19, of Atoll Street, Rochdale, was jailed for 12 years after he was found guilty of a single count of RAPE against Girl A. Social services and police have apologised for their past failings surrounding the victims. Bit bloomin' late now, though, isn't it? From the age of 10, you say. Sentencing, Judge Jonathan Seeley said, both girls were highly vulnerable. Both had deeply troubled backgrounds and were known to the authorities. They were highly susceptible to the advances of these men and others, and both were sexually abused by numerous other men. They were passed around for sex, abused, humiliated, degraded, and then discarded. Both were seriously let down by those whose job it was to protect them. Yeah, you're not lying. Oh my God. It's blooming awful. Wow. He said Girl B was failed woefully and noted how she was chillingly described in her social services documents having prostituted herself at 10 years old. Well, obviously not. She was to be being abused. To give her that sort of label, that's even more of an insult. The judge said both victims had suffered incessant abuse and as children had been targeted by gangs of sexual predatory men. Wow. Zahid said Judge Seeley had a callous disregard for the vulnerabilities of the girls and a complete lack of humanity towards them. And like some of these have got kids. Understand that. Some of these have got kids, but he has no issue like girls from the age of 10 to 14 just abusing them. I mean, what? He said Girl B had to relive being appallingly abused as Zahid repeatedly took her down to a dark cellar where she was RAPD on a filthy mattress. He told Zahid it must have been a truly terrible ordeal, but you simply didn't care. His campaign of RAPE was followed by a similar pattern of offending against Girl A, the judge said. Zahid also introduced Khan to Girl A, who watched him RAPE her in a flat in Rochdale before the latter went on to also RAPE her. This is shocking, I'll tell you what. It winds you up, like, literally no one there to help him in any shape or form. Just literally being abused left, right and centre. 35 years doesn't seem long enough. Following a sentence, Liz Spell, Special Prosecutor for the Crown Prosecution Service Organised Child Sex Abuse Unit, said, I would like to take this opportunity to thank both victims who have shown an enormous amount of strength and dignity throughout what has been a lengthy and challenging legal process. Their determination to see justice done has been fundamental to securing these convictions. Yeah, to go through that and then have to sit there and talk about it and, like, obviously get them done. I mean, blimey. Poor girls. None of the defendants have shown the slightest remorse for what they have put the survivors through. That's a good survivor. That's what they are, survivors, innit? That's absolutely awful. And the fact that they are survivors, they're not victims, they are survivors. By maintaining their denials and refusing to accept responsibility, they have forced these brave women to relive the abuse they suffered at the hands through a 5-month trial. Detective Chief Inspector Guy Laycock of Great Manchester Police said the team of dedicated investigators on this case have put thousands of hours into securing the outcome. They supported the victims throughout to piece together all the evidence. Bringing child abusers to justice is why we work so tirelessly day in, day out, and I'm so pleased for the victims that we have been able to help deliver this justice for them. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? That's literally like a horror story. Absolute horror story. But anyway. That sums up me last story of the day for the news. There'll be more tomorrow. It's Thursday tomorrow, so you know what that means. 1 p.m. Thursday 1 p.m. live, and don't forget Friday 7 p.m. live, and you can come up on screen and talk, so we can all discuss the news and what's going on. I invite people up every Friday 7 p.m. onwards. So we all come up, discuss whatever news story you want to discuss. Or debate, whatever it may be. I don't know. But that's what we do. That's what we do. But yeah, those stories, hour and 15 minutes worth there. Those stories are quite hard-hitting. But a lot of these stories, I mean, I've noticed now, like GB News does a lot of the stories, but mainstream media tries to avoid certain stories. And I do find that even like on YouTube, they shadow ban certain videos about certain things and all this and that. So it's been a nightmare. So please like and subscribe because it helps me. Because being shadow banned sucks. I have subscribers say they have trouble sometimes even finding my channel, let alone getting notifications about the live streams. They get them when it's finished. But you know, that's the way YouTube works. There's nothing I can do about it unless you just like and subscribe and get that bell notification on as well. And if there's any stories in the news that you want to discuss, then get in the comments. Have your say. Do that tomorrow, Thursday, 1 p.m. There'll be more top news, all the sort of stuff that mainstream media ignore. So it's all good. But I appreciate you all watching. Thank you for all being in the chat, talking and doing your thing. Until tomorrow, Thursday the 2nd, which should be day 1 of the Julia Wandelt case, because she thinks she's Madeleine McCann, cuckoo nest. So we'll be diving in, see what's going on and everything, as of 1 o'clock. But then the court might still be going on, so it might be Friday evening at 7 p.m. that we actually know what's actually happening for day 1 and 2. But, well, we'll be keeping an eye on it. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching. And that is the Wizard's words.